Yes, people. Welcome back to another episode of Gonna Talk, mixed episode because it's gonna be a match reaction off the back of our watch along that was successful. We are here to react to the Arsenal game and here to react to the live Carabao Cup draw that's just come out now. Obviously, Arsenal have got Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals at home. Similar quarterfinal to last week, exactly the same as last year where we faced them in the quarterfinals. And Gabriel Jesus had that magical performance, of course, where he scored a hat-trick. So I am confident with that. Obviously, I will check some of the other draws as we are. But obviously, as you're tuning in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to both Gunner Street and KAPE Pausa as we're doing another live video for you guys. Drop your comments.
About live streams in the day. I think y'all deserve some likes, man. I definitely think that's some likes, man. Putting in the extra time for you guys.
Tuning in as well. Let me know who's here, and obviously we appreciate all the love and support, of course. But yeah, Steph, just off the back of obviously the draw, us getting Palace. You did call it in stream, saying it's probably gonna be one of these teams. What's your reaction, obviously, to us getting Palace in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup?
Probably the team other than City, probably the team you didn't want. But again, we've played some of the biggest teams in Europe, and I think we have one of the best squads in Europe. And we just played Palace at the weekend at home. What we're gonna play again, and I think we've done well there. Palace didn't have a single shot on target other than that little whatever they're calling an Eddie Nketiah's header to be. They're calling that on target, I guess. But we were dominant in that game for large spells, man. So again, I think it's not a bad draw ultimately, but it's a difficult tie. It's a quarterfinal of any competition. You're gonna go up potentially against one of the best. And Palace are a team that are looking to win this competition. They went strong today against Liverpool, a very convincing 3-0 victory at Anfield. To be fair to them, so yeah, I'm just expecting us to go out there and be professional when the next round comes again. But ultimately, sad because we talked about it as well. I'm sure it might not be an opportunity to see the likes of Dowman again, Anus again, and others from the start. Potentially not.
That's just it, bro. Like,
what about you? What are you thinking about the draw?
Obviously, I'm confident that we obviously can beat Palace. Obviously, it's a cup game, so it's a bit different to the league game where going for points. I don't expect Palace to just come and play like a low block for the whole game. I expect them to try and come out, trust themselves to mash and potentially take the game to Arsenal. But as you said, obviously, at this stage of the draw, you can get anyone. Obviously, Cardiff were the only favourable team to get in. I wouldn't have really wanted an away trip to Wales in the back of obviously middle of some games, and obviously a London derby again, but a team that we already beat in the season, so we've already got the one up on them. I think we can do it, and obviously similar tie to what we had last year in the Carabao Cup where we beat them, obviously. So hopefully we can do that again, and yeah, man, like I'm comfortable and confident that obviously we can do the job. Obviously, I don't think the quarterfinal gets played until like December, if I'm correct. So
yeah.
I definitely feel like there'll be some time.
We're gonna get guys back in there, man. We're definitely gonna get guys back.
Jesus comes back again for another round 2 against this team in the quarterfinals, man. Wouldn't be against it. So I'm there. Obviously, just to react to some of the other draws as well in the Carabao Cup. So obviously that's just Arsenal versus Palace, Cardiff versus Chelsea, Man City versus Brentford, and Newcastle versus Fulham, of course, in the quarterfinals. So obviously the hardest teams, I guess Arsenal's looking at City and Chelsea, but I don't fear any of the teams in this trophy, and there's onus on us to obviously win this cup. I think, as I said many a time, said during the stream, I've said to you off camera, that I think winning the Carabao Cup is something Arsenal hasn't done in 31 years. It's something that I want us to do. It's a trophy again that we need, and to win it in February and win a trophy in February, where Arsenal probably expects to be in a title race, to be in and around it, be up in the knockout stage of Champions League. It gives this group of players that experience of going to a final, going to a day in Wembley, winning, and it will give them that hunger to want to have many more of these moments. And if they can have that opportunity in the same season, that would be good. Everyone tuning into live, I appreciate the love. Drop a like if you're tuning in on Gunner Street, or KAPE Pausa. Subscribe to Gunner Street if you're coming in from my side, and subscribe to KAPE Pausa coming in from Gunner Street side. Let us know who's in the live with us. Anyone from the watch along tuning back in, and if you're not from the watch along, let us know who's tuning in with us. We'll read your comments on screen and your reactions. But just transition to the game. Obviously, we saw us take heavily rotated side, 11 players rotated out. Obviously, first half was 0-0. It wasn't the worst. Obviously, Brighton had better of the chances, but obviously, definitely also came out in the second half, showed the quality, even without necessarily making the subs, and were able to get the 2-goal leads. What did you make of the game, just overall, before we get into specifics?
To start with, honestly, I didn't think Arsenal were bad. We could definitely tell there might have been a little bit of nerves or guys getting used to each other. To think a little bit of sloppy passes, a few sloppy offsides as well. They had a few good chances, and honestly, Kepa made some outstanding saves to keep us in it at 0-0. So Kepa definitely deserves credit as to where we come up with this clean sheet. It wasn't all down to the brilliant performances of Hincapie on his first start and Mosquera, who also I thought done brilliantly today again at the back. But yeah, man, credit to Kepa keeping us in it. It was a difficult start, but second half, once we came out and the manager, we start to understand some tactics. Guys really start to get comfortable in the game. We saw Dowman really had a really breakout performance. 15 years old, the youngest ever starter for Arsenal. Credit to Mikel Arteta giving him the confidence to go out there and play and showcase his ability. I thought Nwaneri was me and your man of the match. Got his goal, and I thought overall he was bright. Second half especially was really, really good. Other stand-up performers, I talked on Hincapie, Mosquera, they were brilliant. Timber off the bench had a brilliant run from deep, laid on Noose, and the Noose should have done so well. I'm still gutted for him, man, that he didn't get that goal. Lewis-Skelly with an assist, I thought he was brilliant. Definitely puts his name in the hat for a left-back position at the weekend against Burnley. I personally would go with that change. I don't know what you feel, KP. That's just me looking forward ahead to maybe later down the conversation. But yeah, man, overall, good to go through to the next round. You only win a competition by winning your games that you have, and luckily we get lucky with the draw, another home game, because we've been so good at home this season. So let's bring on Palace, man. Don't fear them, bring them on.
Just as you said, bro, like I think when you see none of us would have predicted that lineup. I didn't expect Mikel to go 11 changes. Obviously, we did predict a lot of changes or hope a lot of changes, but obviously seeing Dowman to get the start, a Noose, who I don't think anyone would have predicted a new start in this game, is a credit to Mikel, obviously, just to trust the squad in terms of we still had a lot of good players in there. Ben White, Kepa's an experienced player, Marino's part of the leadership group, had the captain's armband today. Lewis-Skelly, who's our starting left back last season. You got Ethan as well, good player. Eze did get the start as well, so it's not like we played a completely team that can't really recognize. Like we still saw some Arsenal way, but the rotation was good, a necessary rest for most of those players. I'll just touch on that first. But then I feel like obviously in the first half, that's why you saw the game was a bit open. It was a bit more of a basketball match in terms of Arsenal creating chances going forward. But obviously Brighton also having space to cut through. Baleba had a lot of times where he was driving through the middle, and they had a couple of the better chances. As you said, big shout out to Kepa, big game from him. Obviously today, he has only played one game before that in Portwell, and this is obviously better Premier League opposition, and he had a few saves to make, and he did make the saves. Whatever he had to do, he did well. Distribution was good, no shaky moments from him, and that's what you want from your second keeper. As I said, probably the best second or backup keeper in the Premier League for any Premier League team. And then obviously that's just the back of that. And I feel like first half, obviously we were growing into the game. I feel like we didn't create enough chances. There wasn't enough quality in the attacking final pass or final third. Wasn't really moving the ball fast enough at times. And obviously Brighton were much in the game, had the better of the chances. But like many performances this season, obviously second half, Mikel kind of, I'm assuming, says the right things at halftime, and then obviously the players come out with a bit more intent, a bit more urgency, a bit more zip and zest and pace to our play and our passes. And you saw how that worked out in the second half. Obviously, Max coming on, winning or should have won a penalty. Obviously, taking on his man in that second half, constantly skinning him, flicks and link ups with Nwaneri as well. Obviously, when and Noose as well, working hard, getting on the ball, was quiet in the first half, but then the second half was getting on the ball, winning the ball back, linking up well. And then obviously you see that first goal that we score with that lovely pass from, I think it's lewis-skelly. No, I don't know. I think it's Hincapie to Marino, if I'm correct. And then Marino takes a touch, lovely back heel into Lewis-Skelly's path, and then Lewis-Skelly waits well, and then a lovely finish from Ethan, who just had a similar chance just before that with I think Eze got on the left and obviously gave him the ball, and he took a touch and obviously he made a save. So I'm happy to see Ethan get on the goal. During the live, we were talking about obviously you want him to score, take these opportunities. So I'm happy that he got his goal, played very well as well. Another guy that we have to shout out, and then obviously we're able to make the subs. Obviously after a couple of shaky moments in the defense, but 1-0 lead, you still want to protect.
You give the ball away a few times. We did end up giving the ball away.
Minutes, you know what I mean? So we ended up putting on Gabriel, Timber, and obviously Saka, the big boys, and obviously sort of quality of Timber with that carry for that second goal, constantly carrying the ball from right back all the way forward to the edge of the box, slipping a nice pass for a Noose, who so unlucky. We saw that similar type of move, obviously, but not similar move, but similar type of move where Gabriel kind of chipped the keeper last year, Gabriel Jesus, I'm saying, and obviously a Noose, hopefully he learns from that. I'm pretty sure he will know and be replaying it in that kind of moment, he'll get that little dink over the keeper, they're rushing out. But Saka was there to clean up the rebound, put it in the back of the net, and I wanted Saka to score. Obviously, he's been one of our best performing attackers in the last couple of games. But
40 GA. There's 40 GA on this season.
With that pressure on him, and he's on that route to, I think, obviously, he got 4 goals and I think 1 assist this season. So he's on the way to that GA. Obviously, what's that? I'm doing the maths. 20% through, maybe. I can't know about that. Let's see. There's 1/8 through. If that's 20%, it's 20%. Maybe I'm doing the maths wrong, but it was class. And obviously, Arsenal then shot up shop. Obviously, a couple of moments here. Trossard hit the post that he came on. Obviously, after for Eze. Yeah, and but overall it was a great performance. You saw a debut for Max, great performance from him. I knew looked bright. Hincapie and Mosquera, big shouts out to them. Obviously, new centre back pairing, but I think they were class. Both of them. Ben White, it was lovely to see him get a lot of minutes. He played well in my opinion, and obviously, as you said, Lewis-Skelly definitely staked his claim. And I think alongside Nwaneri as well for potentially getting into the team on Saturday. And I think a big shout out to Marino. I think always gets slandered, especially when he plays in midfield. But I think a lot of lovely touches, a lot of great underlaps, great passes as well from him. So it was overall a good performance.
That dictated it when we need him to today, to be honest too.
So
dictated the game really, really well.
It's just exactly what you want to see from Marino. And obviously, just looking at some of the SofaScore ratings that they've given to Arsenal players, obviously you see Kepa got a higher rating. Hincapie got man of the match from SofaScore, which is positive. I'm pretty sure none of us would have given him the man of the match, but I think if I can remember everything he done everything clean. His passing was good. His defending was good. Recovery, obviously, saw him even some, as you mentioned in the stream, a couple of leadership moments where he's talking to Lewis-Skelly in the first half, and just overall great performance. All the defense getting all above 7s, and good performances. Good. Norgard, obviously controversial. Some people said obviously he had a woeful performance. Obviously, SofaScore gave him a 7.7. I don't think he was that bad. I think a couple of shaky moments, where he kind of lost the ball and it could have led to something. But I think overall it was a clean game from him, done what he needed to do, defended well. I saw a lot of recovery runs from him, defending well, and obviously just giving the ball early. Something I like about Norgard, just give the ball early. Marino obviously was the one that got the lower rating, but obviously he did get that pre-assist. And obviously you see Max out of the front three was the one who got the highest rating. Doesn't even have a picture on SofaScore yet. 15 years old, man.
15 years old, bro. It's craziness. But like I said, Hincapie, you touched on him. They gave him 8.2 here. I would have given him about a 7 or 8 because I thought his recovery was brilliant. He was very, very aggressive in the tackle. And like I mentioned on stream, when you have Gabriel on the team, you don't really miss that player profile, that aggressive, that tenacity, and that talking, that ability of leading the back line. And Hincapie, he's not the most senior guy. Ben White is the oldest out of everyone in the back line, but he has also just came from a team that's very, very strong defensively in Bayer Leverkusen, who when he was there were undefeated. So he has shown that he's not afraid to come into this team and be a big part player and be a big personality in the group with new guys. Mosquera, we've talked about at length. Mosquera, you gave him the name, and you and BBK have been giving him the name. He's been absolute quality. But Nwaneri's done well to get that goal today, man, because a lot of people have been talking about giving him minutes. And I think there's a big show about what we do at the weekend, man. We see him there playing in the 10. Eze also played today. For me, I'm going Eze and Nwaneri in the 10 at the weekend. And I'm playing maybe Declan Rice, maybe Zubamendi in the pivot. Zubamendi was able to rest today. Declan Rice came on, got a little bit of minutes, but we know Declan Rice has an amazing engine. He can go and play games for days. That's just the type of player he is. I mean, you don't have to risk him if you don't want to, but he has that ability to. But yeah, I definitely would like to see us play 2 10s because I think who was against where Odegaard got injured, his final injury before when he finally went off the
Forest game, right? The Forest game.
I think it might have been the Forest game. It wasn't West Ham, right? It wasn't West Ham.
No, it was the West Ham game. It was the West Ham game.
It was a West Ham game, right? Yeah, I think the West Ham game, when we seen that lineup, that double attacking lineup, I think that was very, very shrewd from Mikel Arteta. One of the first times we've seen it this season, and up until then, we were playing brilliant stuff. And Ethan Nwaneri in the Premier League, when he came off the bench when Odegaard got injured his shoulder against Forest, he was brilliant when we played Mikel Moreno, and I think Declan Rice played at the base. Or it might have been Zubamendi at the base, might have been Zubamendi, Moreno, and Nwaneri. So listen, I don't mind. We have the guys to play there. And yeah, going forward, let's just see these guys get more opportunities because I think every person to a man just made themselves or gave themselves a claim to definitely get minutes in the quarterfinals. But I do want to ask you that though, KP, because we talked about we having Palace next round, and Palace are a good organized team. But against Palace again, I know that game is at home. I'll make some changes as well. I probably won't go full 100% strength as well. I'd probably let some of these guys get a run out again. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, obviously, just to segue off the back of your point about obviously the Burnley on Saturday before I go, I think Ethan Defo, I would love to see that dual 10 lineup. I think we can afford to, even potentially start Rice on the bench, give Zubimendi to start, or start Rice there if we want to have that physical nature against an away ground at Burnley, but I think with Zubimendi not playing against Slavia Prague, maybe you don't start Rice and maybe go with those two and then see how it goes. And if you need to change up, kind of bring him on. But I think even Defo stake his claim today. I'm happy he got his goal. He could definitely be confident. Obviously, the confidence will be rising. Obviously, as he got that goal, he's probably feeling like he's not been left out, but he hasn't got that many minutes. And it would be interesting to see what Mikel goes with. Either way, whatever he does go with, I'm very confident we get the 3 points. But I think Defo, Lewis-Skelly, and Nwaneri stake their claim to definitely be involved a lot more, maybe from the start, in games moving forward. But just talking about in terms of the quarterfinal, I think, I would definitely want to see a rotated squad. I think whenever that quarterfinal lands, that will be another game for a lot of these fringe players to come back. There'll be maybe you might not get the Dowmans and the Nooses because you might have, Havertz and Odegaard and Jesus or Madueke back, and you might see a front three of them. And then you might even still be confident, even if you fully rotate the 11, having, Havertz, maybe Madueke on the left and Dowman on the right or something like that, where you still give players rest and you don't have to even potentially play Eze. So that's what I do want to see, even though it is Palace and even though they probably will go strong, I definitely want to see us still go to rotate to give some players opportunities. And obviously once we get to the semis, then you kind of go with your first team, do you know what I mean? But we'll see anyways. It is a home game again, so that gives you that advantage. But obviously I just want to shout out Mikel Arteta. He did get it right today in terms of the rotation, made the subs at the right time. I'm happy that he didn't make any subs at halftime. Gave the faith to these players. Obviously, it's no, they didn't necessarily do anything wrong, and I'm happy that they were able to come out, play well, get the goal, without any subs being made. And obviously, the subs came on and closed the game out, man. In the chat, obviously, everyone that's here, appreciate everyone. Just drop a like as you tune in. Drop your comments. Who was your man of the match as well? How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the draw as well? Everyone, we got Crystal Palace at home in the quarterfinals. If you're in, let me know who's in here. Let me know who's tuning into this this live reaction. And obviously, we'll get some of your comments on screen and read some of it out and any points you want to talk about. Let me just check the stats quickly before I take this off screen just to see how we did play. Obviously, 50-50 possession. Seemed like it.
Yeah, about right.
Brighton had more shots than us, 18-16. Interesting. Obviously, their goalkeepers, Raya made more 6 saves. Their goalkeeper made 3 saves. Obviously, 8 corner kicks to 2. Obviously, works for putting pressure on them. Decent stats. It was a decent watch. I'm pretty sure neutral. Probably enjoyed. Obviously, we had a couple of people in our chat. So
it was an even game like that.
Yeah, it was an even game. And obviously, when you make 11 changes, you're going to expect there to be a bit less of that defensive solidity. It is a cup game, so there's a bit more going for it from both teams. And we had a lot of young players, a lot of youth. So obviously, there's mistakes. Going to be a lot more driving. You saw Max trying to take his man on at any time, always. And obviously, Max is another player that I think, obviously, with the Saliba injury and Martinelli injury, probably won't make the squad on Saturday. I hope Max is able at least to make the bench and maybe potentially be used against Burnley if we're able to put them away early, because I think his performance was so positive. You've seen every time he plays, he's just like a breath of fresh air. He just looked above his age. You don't deep his 15, his build, his play style. He's amazing. Obviously, shout out to TJ in the stream. He called him obviously play style like Kaka. I do think he does have that Kaka type, vibe, and just a big shout out to him either way. And that's how he plays, and so it's crazy, man. Seth, now that we're in the quarterfinals, do you expect or think we are going to win the Carabao Cup, or where are you at now in terms of your measurement of that? Because I don't think you predicted us to win the Carabao.
No, I didn't. I don't think I did. I think especially my early season prediction, I think it's semi or final. I think I said the final. I mean, there's still some competent teams in there. There's still City in there. There's still Chelsea, and we have Palace to play, who have shown in cup competitions. They've won the FA Cup, they've won the Community Shield, and you've seen they're taking this competition very, very seriously and starting a pretty solid lineup going away to Anfield in this competition. So Glasner is looking to get that team winning, because obviously they're not expecting them to challenge for a Premier League title this season, but they clearly are finding themselves to be a very, very sneaky cup team. And you have to give them credit for that. They're organized. They're a very good squad. They're a very organized squad. And they definitely carry a threat with Mateta, with Pino. And we've seen what they could do at the weekend to an extent. But yeah, man, I think we could win this cup, man. I'm expecting us to win this cup now. And I'm not saying it in a sense where it's like I'm being cocky. I just think that when you look at everybody else's form, when you look at everybody else in it, we don't concede goals. And again, we've rotated every single man at the back, the whole back five, new left back, new full backs, I should say, new centre backs, new goalkeeper. And you still see that mentality of desperately wanting to get a clean sheet. And even when those guys come in, I don't think any of those guys look out of place or shaky or anything. The midfield again looks solid, and the attacking wise, we just have to get one or two issues sorted out. But you get that when you're playing a whole new front three, especially with two guys making their debut. So listen, man, I think we could definitely go on and lift this trophy. You guys mentioned it in the chat, and you especially earlier. It gives you that confidence to kick on furthermore before you can win the Premier League, before you can win the FA Cup, getting you out there to parade with the fans and really giving you that sense of winning and getting over the line with something. But one thing I also want to mention is when we go to these quarterfinal ground, I do want to see some of these guys get a chance because they ultimately brought us here. I don't want to see that 2 games they get play and then we just dash them away for the guys. I know the better players play when you need to win big games. But yeah, I do think some of these guys definitely deserve to stay the claim and continue to really take this team all the way to a final because we've seen it when Liverpool won it a few years back against Chelsea. They played the kids all the way up until the final and the kids got the opportunity to lift the cup. And I think for guys like Nwaneri who are on the fringes, guys like Moreno even who are on the fringes, he got a chance to come and lead the team today. And we saw him really step up in a leadership role that I didn't even know he had at the club, which is massive for him in only his second season at the club. He's stepping up in very, very big roles for this team. So that's really good to see. It shows me a lot about this team and how we're progressing as a team, man. So I'm very, very happy about not only the overall performance, but overall the momentum we continue to build, bro. It's not like you said, when Liverpool have been losing games, it's hard to shake that run. When you're winning games, it feels like every game just can't come fast enough. Like game after game after game, you're able to rattle them off at such consistent speed and such level. And when you see us keeping clean sheets like that, bodes well for us going forward, man. I think it's really gonna be a real magical season, KP. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it might be a magical season this season.
Shout out Claire Elisa in the chat. Says hi, we're just lurking. Appreciate the comment, appreciate the love. If you're jumping in, just drop a like on both sides. If you're tuning on Gunner Street, drop a like on the video. Tuning on KAPE Sports, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to each other's channels. Tune into the other channel. I think the link should be in the description, and hit the subscribe button.
Drop a like.
Yeah, bro, I do agree with you. Yeah, like I do want to see a lot of these players that have been playing this competition, continue to play, get minutes. Obviously, I know it will be difficult once most of our team is fit. If they are fit at once, obviously, because there will be the likes of Jesus, Havertz, Madueke, Trossard, Martinelli that are not starting this game. Martinelli was fit; you probably believe he would have started in this game. So. Yeah, if injuries do permit, obviously a lot of these guys, Dowman, Anus maybe getting more minutes. I do want to see it because obviously this is where they will build that experience and obviously build that confidence, get their name out into the Arsenal fan group. Obviously, as you said, we had Jay in the chat that didn't really know who Anus was, but by the end of the game, he knows his name. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
knows his full name. Yeah,
this was always what Wenger used to do. Play players that used to see from the academy, a couple of bright spots, and then still trying to win. And the difference is like we're winning. And as you said as well, the point you made, clean sheet, man. 5th clean sheet in a row. Fully rotated the side, got a clean sheet. Obviously, yes, shout out to Kepa for that clean sheet. Did make a lot of good saves. And Mosquera and Hincapie with some of their last ditch defending. But either way, I feel like this team is in a good vibe. As we spoke about, obviously, before and during the last international break, that we need to win. Well, I wanted to win 7 out of 7. I put that pressure on. I know you were saying the Atletico result or something, a draw in there. Hey, now you're seeing this team not even trying to entertain no draws or nothing like that, bro. Straight up, we've got 4 now. We've got Burnley on the weekend. Another result that I expect us to get. Another clean sheet that I'm actually putting in expecting as well. And it's nice feeling and a nice moment in Arsenal. And as you said, it's very early in the season. You don't win no trophy. You don't win even the Carabao Cup in this part of the year. But the momentum, the belief, the experience, and just the rhythm and the improvement in the performances is so important to that second half of the season because you put pressure on everyone else that plays you. You put that expectation and belief on yourself, and you build momentum. When you're winning, everything's confident. You're flowing. Your football's good, and yeah, it's easier for Mikel to rotate the team when the team is winning, and there's vibes. You're not having to chase results left, right, and center, and you're keeping the camp happy. So right now, everything is very good at Arsenal world. Man. You know what I mean? In the gunner world. So hopefully it stays that way, man. Obviously, and then obviously another player I just want to touch on. Obviously, that's a bit more. Is just obviously Saka and just obviously him taking his goal. I'm just happy about. Evening to you, James. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the video. Appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, so let's put it to the chat. Everyone in the chat now. What was your thoughts on the game? Who was your man of the match? What's your thoughts on the draw? And do you have any other questions or any thoughts? Is there anybody that you feel like stake their claim to start in the first team or in the Premier League games or Champions League next week? And just overall, like, what do you think of the game? Thank you.
Would you go into the? I know every single game. I think we've built a buffer in the league. Not even a buffer. I think we're starting to build a buffer in the league, but you obviously want to keep your foot on the gas. I know I talked about some changes, but I mean, it's not a preview for the Burnley game, but I mean, Moreno today you talked about he played pretty silky. I would have liked to see Dowman have a full 90 minutes. I think it's a bit difficult for a young player to play a full 90 in a men's first start ever at 15 years old. So I think it would have been a little bit difficult. But obviously, when you have a player like that, you'd want him to play 90 minutes every single game. It's brilliant.
I do agree with James though. Like, I agree with what you're saying. I'm down. I think you have to take him off early, but I do wish we could have swum for 90 minutes. I think he's just a breath of fresh air, in it. Like, it's not even because we didn't want Saka to play or Saka to his goal. It was a sub that made sense in the end, and it benefited. But it's just, like, we won't see much of Dowman this season, in my opinion. Like, we'll see him in glimpses here and there, similar to how like it was with Nwaneri until Saka got injured. But I think ultimately, I could maybe he gets another start in the next round. I think he's proven that he can, so maybe he might do. So that's good. Appreciate that.
Do you see guys like Moreno or anybody starting on the weekend? Like, guys who have been we have seen Moreno start games this season. He has started some pretty important games as well. Has he done like someone like him or Norgard? I don't know. I don't know who any of those senior guys. I mean, other than Mosquera, we know he's gonna play for Saliba, who's probably gonna be out. Who did you play off the left? I know that's a big show. As they played off the left today. No Martinelli. Do you see Trossard coming back in? What's your thoughts about any of those senior guys and what their status is in this team?
Yeah, I think obviously Norgard is always going to be rotationary 6. I think Zubimendi, there's a class level between the two. I think Marino has staked his claim to obviously be involved or from the start potentially. Whether you will do, I don't, because Rice didn't play. And obviously, as you said, there's a quietish game from him. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. Obviously, I didn't mind him exerting energy. And obviously, Trossard came off at the end. I think he does have that starting position in the left. And obviously, Eze, he's going to start in the 10. So it wasn't a bad thing. And obviously, Gokrez got the night off as well. Same thing with Raya. Yeah. So I'm happy about those two things. Gokrez has been playing a lot of minutes. Would have loved to see him against his old team and maybe get a goal, but again, you'd have to always force it. Obviously, appreciate everyone tuning into the lives. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like button as well, please. And obviously, hype this video as well. Before I get into this, obviously, a bit of the preview, I think James says, just a question. Please tell me you saw the lineup, the Liverpool lineup. It was a joke. Yeah, man, they played. Obviously, literally tried to do an Arsenal thing, fully rotate the 11, but hey, the squad, the quality depth ain't the same, my brother. Ain't at the same level. When you're trying to go top heavy, I know you don't want to, now Isak is injured and Gravenberch, so they can't play Katika and stuff. That's what happens. But it's scary times at the Liverpool side, man. Another 3-0 loss at home is brazy. And like, yeah, man, they're out of the cup. They're from Palace have owned them this season. Three wins already. Obviously, the league, Community Shield, and Carabao Cup in 2 months is brazy. Glasner owns slot. And as James says, Slot is definitely trying to get sacked. Obviously, I just watched his press conference. He was saying that I think he's saying obviously Liverpool are expected to win every game, and then somebody asks like, so then if that's the case, then why would you make such crazy changes if you are such on a bad momentum? But obviously at the same time, it's a
difficult season. Guys are in a bad. Guys are playing bad right now. They're playing injured. They've been playing a lot of games. They've still been playing a lot of games still. So at the end of the day,
it's tough, isn't it?
It's
a gamble. I'm pretty sure if Arsenal didn't win this game today, Mikel made the subs, I'm pretty sure the fans would have slated them and said, "Oh, like it's a trophy, we should be winning. We should take it seriously, etc., etc." So, end of the day, they're in a bad moment, and it's hard to get out of that. And they have tough games coming up. Next 3 games, this was probably the easiest game out of the next 3. Yeah, it is the easiest game on paper and out of the next 3. And in form in terms of the teams, obviously City, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. But that's their problem. Long may they continue to fall down, and they don't really have much to kind of use, to my opinion. So appreciate you, James. Appreciate Claire again. He says we should play Eze Ethan together with Zubimeni. Yeah, this is what I was saying. I think with Zubimeni not playing against Slavia Prague because of his yellow card, I would love to see maybe Mikel Trust to play him there alongside Eze, and when you're in the middle, give Rice another rest, knowing that maybe you bring Rice into the 6, see against Slavia Prague, and obviously determine who he plays in the midfield alongside him. But I would love to see that front three. Midfield three. I think that would have a lot of creativity, a lot of between the lines, a lot of link up, one touch play.
Especially with Saka and in front.
And you know what I'm saying, Zubimeni finding those two players and between the lines, players that can turn and play against Burnley, who probably will play a low block, but there will be spaces in behind it at home, so it'll be interesting. Thank you for your comment, Claire. James says, if Arsenal don't win anything this season, we need a new manager. It's a fair comment. I can't disagree for what you say there. I wouldn't necessarily sack Mikel even if we didn't win anything, because I think clearly we're not regressing. We are progressing. It will be a shock if we don't win something this season at any trophy. I feel like we've started in all competitions that we've been in so far, Champions League, Prem and Carabao Cup, well. I don't know about you. What do you think of this comment, Steph?
It's going to be hard, especially from this position now, to see us not winning anything this season. So that really the thought hasn't came too much into my mind. But if he doesn't, then context matters, right? What happens to the club? How at this position do we not end up with a trophy? And I think that's gonna come in big when you look at this question. But anyway, like that, bro, it's gonna be a big ask to make that decision, man. I don't know. I'd be surprised.
I wouldn't do it because I've been thinking about it, and obviously I expect Arsenal to win a trophy this season, and therefore expect something major. I think when we can get a double in the Carabao Cup, as you say, you play that quarterfinal. You pick the quarterfinal in December. Yeah, or November, and then you're able to kind of get that out of the way.
January,
and you're in the semi-final already, and you play that semi-final, I think, first leg in January for sure. So let's see what happens. But I think we hammer the trophy this season, and even if we don't, I think you have to always remember, where can you get a manager that's better? Who's better out there? Who's better suited for Arsenal? Mikel Arteta, where's Arsenal?
Who's shown that they could take this team to a level where, bro, we're not conceding goals? That's another thing. I've not even thought about us not winning anything, because you don't lose games if you don't concede goals. And so far this season, we've been on a mad record of not conceding goals. 11 clean sheets in 14 games is almost unheard of. That's levels. And I'm not even talking about just one man or a goalkeeper. We're talking about 8 defenders individually, 8 different defenders and 2 goalkeepers. A whole 10 guys that have been showing levels this season, man. Game in, game out, man. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do.
That's it, bro. So, and think about where we've come from, where we are now. I'm just hoping that we continue to just build. And obviously, for me, it's like Mikel wears Arsenal in his heart. He's got every single thing he thinks about to innovate the club. He constantly wants to learn and improve. And I feel like he's the manager that was for us, and he is for us. Yeah. And I feel like I personally would love him to stay forever. Because technically, if he does win this year, I'm pretty sure no one will be wanting him out. I want him to stay for as long as possible. Managers in this day and age are, chop and change so often, and obviously Arsenal historically, I've always learned us to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
one or two managers. Emery was only the other one. Honestly, he was only still there for 2 and a half years. So Mikel's been there for coming up to 6 years in December. If he gets that winning in the 6th year, then obviously I'm pretty sure you have a lot more years to come. But it's all about context. Obviously, James also says the lineup we used today, I understand why he didn't put key players in, because we need them to win the Prem. Exactly as you said, man. Absolutely. We need to give them guys rest. It's going to be tough to rest guys, especially when we have tough games at the back of the next international break. We've got I think it's Spurs, then Bayern, then Chelsea.
Spurs, then Bayern and Chelsea. Yeah.
So that's a big week where you're probably not going to be rotating that many players. So you need to kind of give minutes to these players that haven't got many minutes, get minutes in their legs, get experience, get confidence, and obviously give rest to the players that have been playing a lot of minutes so far. So we're not burning out players. I think he's been doing well to manage the squad so far, balance the minutes out, not overplay anyone. Obviously injuries haven't helped so far, but it's also given opportunities for other players. So it's been positive so far this season, bar the injuries, but the injuries make me more excited, because it means once these players are back fit, there's more options, more quality, and there should be more improvement in how the attack plays. He also says Arteta is a very consistent manager, even if you don't win anything. Thank you, James. Obviously, for your comments. You are fair in how you're judging him. Shout out Junior Masco. Appreciate for your comment as well. She's praying for that bigger wins. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Shout out, Mom. Shout out, Auntie. I really appreciate you for tuning into the live. And I agree. I pray for bigger wins. I pray for the trophy at the end of the day, and it's just nice for us to come to be on this run stuff. It's given me 22, 23, 24, we're just kind of going on bring on the next game. I'm so
Just
excited.
going on those
They can
runs.
win.
Just going
And
on
maybe
those runs.
you mean like
We've
and
seen this
from
team do
getting-
it, man. We've seen this team do it. And I'll say this: when City and them used to go on their run, you kind of knew, man, it's long, bro. It's long. Wrap it up. City 2-0 win, 3-0 win, whatever they were doing, they were just walking to. That's how they would win their leagues. I think this might be the start, KPA. I mean, it's still very, very early doors. We have to see a couple of trophies over the line first before we can get to saying it. But I'm telling you, we're looking at a formidable team. We're looking at a formidable team, you know, KP. And the guys are young. Saka's 24, Timber's 24, Gabriel's 27, Saliba's 23, 24, Nwaneri's 18, Dowman's 15, Miles is 19. I'm talking about guys that are young. Gyökeres is still 27, still young, still in the prime age. This could be a potential dynasty here, man. This might be just the beginning.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying, bro. Like dynasty is when you have a young team play well, play at the highest level, can win, and you know that they can continue to go on and compete and try and win many more for many years. And you said that most of these players still waiting on Saka. Obviously, Rice and Timber. We saw news coming out from Sammy Mokbo the other day about the talks progressing well with all three of them in terms of their contracts. We already got Saliba, Gabriel, Nwaneri, with lewis-skelly. Dowman now he's signed, he committed his future as well to the team. So you've got guys committing their future and their prime years to the club. And obviously, if we do get off the line this year and they've already committed before we got over the line, and then you've got the next couple of seasons, it's only going to bode well to us competing again, going again, and obviously maybe even going for doubles, back to backs, and trying to compete in the Champions League as well if we don't do it this year. So it's a dynasty, man, and we're there. It's all started from when these men, obviously, shout out to Edu as well. Mikel had that vision to build a squad, to get the age down, build a culture properly, and look at where we're at now, where every player, we change a full 11, we can still get a clean sheet. Guys are still pressing, still show a certain level of quality. Mosquera and Hincapie step in, show the same level of quality of defenders that quality of defense the same way Gabriel and Saliba does as well. Kepa as well comes in, quality keeper as well. It's credit to the squad. James says, I'm going to say this now. If we don't have any injuries, we can win the treble. I'm with you, bro. And I'll even double it. I think if we don't get any injuries and we get, the Jesus's, Havertz's, Madueke's, Odegaard's back, and they don't have any reoccurrence of injuries, and we don't have anyone else that's playing now getting injured, I think we can win, because I think the attack would then fully click in that second part of the season, especially if we do another Dubai trip or something like that. And guys come back fresh, ready to go in that, when the playoffs start. That's what I call the second half of the season, the playoffs. That's like NBA is when it's time. There's no nonsense, and I think, as you said, I'll be very confident for us to compete in Champions League. And then win. Go on,
like you mentioned, that's when Saka and these guys, if you're able to rest them through certain periods, you don't have to worry about playing Saka 3 games a week. You have Madueke who could come in, or Dowman who could still give you quality off the right. Look at you can take Gyökeres out of the game if Gyökeres is not firing in form. You have Jesus who could come in and buy goals, or Havertz who are showing a knack for goals now in this Arsenal squad. We're gonna get players back, and this is all now without our captain, our literal captain, Odegaard, who when he did start this season so far, he has had some magical performances. He's been the one to really, for me, has been the key for Gyökeres. When he's played alongside Gyökeres, I think that's been when Gyökeres has been almost to his best so far this season. So I'm looking forward to not only when these guys come back, but I'm looking forward to this season, man, because like you guys said, especially James, big up James for the comment. You don't want to jump out the gym, because to go 5 years without a trophy and then to say you're in trouble, people will call us mad. But what you're watching, people, I'm telling you, you're not blind. You're not crazy. What you're seeing is happening in front of you. We don't concede goals, and we're that good. We're that good. Once these X factor moments further down in the season come, are we still this good? I hope so, man, because this team deserves it so far, man. How we started.
That's just it, man. Everyone that's tuning in on the KAPE Pause Aside, if I see people in the chat, drop a like on the video. I don't think we've got any likes on my video, and I'm trying to street as well.
Yeah.
Let's get some likes going, guys. Obviously, appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate James as well jumping in. Subscribe if you're new as well. I'm not sure anyone in here that's new. Hit the subscribe button as well. We appreciate it. We'll have many lives for you guys coming anyways. Obviously, James also says we've got the finest midfield in the Prem, backed by a solid defense. Yeah, man, I agree. Solid defense, finest midfield, and a very, very good attack that hasn't even started to boom yet because we haven't had all the players there. So things are going well, man. As we say, like, I think as much as obviously we have to level ourselves knowing that there's a long season, but we also got to enjoy these moments, man, where we look like we're the best team in the world, in the land, in England. You have a media outlets trying to create all types of narratives to kind of discredit everything we're doing, which means we're doing something good. And obviously we're consistently putting wins together, clean sheets together, and good performances, solid performances together. So like it's looking good, man. Like it's looking very, 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 very good on the Arsenal side. But yeah, Arsenal fans, enjoy it. As again, people, as you tune in, just drop a like on the video. As I said, I haven't got any likes on my side, and I don't know about like count on the side, but let's get that like button up. Obviously, everyone that's here, just keep pushing. I really appreciate the love.
Let's get 10 likes on both sides, people. 10
we
likes
get 10 likes on both
videos.
videos. Obviously, currently I haven't got anyone likes right now. Smash that like button. I see 4 people, and obviously everyone that's in the chat, please obviously drop a comment as well, as everyone's doing. James says, a lot of people say Gyökeres ain't scoring that many goals and ain't good, but what he does is bring teamwork. If he doesn't have clear shot on goal, he always passes to someone who can score. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, James, man. Like Gyökeres, yes, he hasn't been scoring off the goals, hasn't been getting enough chances, but his running, his movement, his strength, his bulldozing nature, obviously brings a lot of space. It brings a different threat to Arsenal, and definitely boded well with us. We've only lost 1 game this season. We've won a lot of games. The team's playing well. A lot of attacking players are getting goals, and his goals will come. As I said, I think a bulk of his goals will come when Havertz and Jesus are back, and there's a heavy competition for places. He's able to rotate and not be so tired for each game, because I feel like this is the reason why he didn't play any minutes this game, because he hasn't been playing a lot. I'll put the channels in the description. Just give me 2 seconds, yeah.
But yeah, I'll answer this question. I mean, I think what Gyökeres is, like I said, I think there's been play styles in the team that really haven't matched his so far this season. And I think the one that really has matched up with him, he hasn't been there for majority of the season. He's been in the squad, and I think that's an Odegaard. I think once Odegaard comes back, you're going to see Gyökeres reach his potential. But up to now, one thing I do like about Gyökeres, as you talked about, is he brings guys together. But not only that, he works hard, and he gives us an outlet to stretch defensives. Last season, me and KP talked about it a lot. Havertz is a good player, but Havertz does not run the channels as well as Gyökeres. He just doesn't. And I think when you have someone like that strong, who can get in the wars and battle and occupy opposition centre-backs, you saw against Fulham away, Saka had Sessegnon on toast when he was able to get one-on-one. Martinelli, to his credit, showed some quality and was good when he came off the bench. Trossard as well. So I think once we have a player like Gyökeres, he opens up the game for us. He helps us massively. So yeah, that's what I have to say to that. Big up, Mom, as always. Thank you.
Appreciate Auntie, man. I really appreciate the love always, man. Really appreciate it.
You already know. Claire says the trouble is crazy. I'll take a trophy. That's what I'm saying. I'll put my hands up and say it sounds a bit mad. It sounds a bit mad, people. Especially when you go from not winning and getting over the line is a big mental hurdle. I'll hold my hands up and say that. But I won't jump out the gym and I don't think it's too wrong to say that this team is good enough to really at least compete in all three competitions. We saw a Liverpool team not too long ago, at least 2 seasons in a row, compete for all 4 trophies. They won a double twice, or I think they won 1 trophy in one of the seasons, but they competed on all 4 fronts. Like I said, if we stay fit, the opportunity is there to go lift massive trophies this season. KP, what do you think about this one though, KP? I think he's talking about a noose presses so well, even though he was a bit weak in the dudes as of today. Give me your thoughts and opinions today, KP, about Harriman and Noose today, because you knew a lot about him going into the game. I really haven't watched. This is my first full 90 watching him. I was impressed by him. I thought he had some very good quality moments. But let me know, KP, what you think of Harriman and Noose today, man. His performance.
I think his performance was good. Obviously, just what I say, obviously, I put the descriptions in the of both Gunner Street and my channel in the description of my video. Obviously, Gunner Street update on his one as well. So obviously, it should be in the description of the title of the video. So hit the subscribe button if you're tuning in from KAPE Supporter to Gunner Street, and subscribe to KAPE Supporter if you're tuning in from Gunner Street to my channel as well if you're new. Obviously, to talk about Hanous, yeah, I think he's a good player, man. He's a very, very quick player. He's very intelligent. You can tell he's hale and grown. So he has that footballing ability. If the ball was fired into him, he kept the ball well. Obviously, he was a bit slow on his movement in the first half to kind of get a couple of the, those half chances. But obviously, he had his chance, some good movement off that Timber run. And obviously, he could have finished. But I think overall was good. Obviously, he is weak. He is 17. He still has to grow into his body. Obviously, it is men's football that was, Brighton. Yeah. Van Hecke is a starting player for Brighton. So you have to realize that. But he did well. It was his first start in the first team. It was a surprise start for most of us. And I feel like he held his own. Like, a lot of us probably a lot of people didn't know his name, but you know his name at the end of the game now. And hopefully we do see him again before the end of the season, especially during this period where we don't have Havertz and Jesus playing. Thank you for your comment, Anush. I hope I pronounced it right. Obviously, appreciate the love. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and hit the like button as well, my people. James says the thing that Arsenal were missing today was a quality striker to get them over the line. Now we have that. Oh, sorry. The thing Arsenal were missing was a quality striker to get them over the line. Now we have that. We look completely different now, and we're doing much better. Exactly. You couldn't have said it perfectly, James. I think you've had some quality comments in this live today. Having a striker that's, a goal threat, experienced guy, he trusts himself, whether he's going through goals droughts or not. I think it brings a different threat, and obviously it allows us to have a different option. Gyökeres is a totally different type of striker to a Jesus and a Havertz, and you need that. You need different options, especially if when these guys are fit, you want to rotate different type of game styles you want for different teams, and obviously teams, and knowing that he is a goal threat, that he is a very, very good finisher, it makes them mark him heavy. We barely see Saka get double teamed nowadays. I used to be carbon copy Saka a bit rare. He still does, but there's been games I haven't seen him getting double teamed where you see him get joy, and that comes from the space Gyökeres brings. And then there's a threat running in behind as well, so that's always quality for that to happen. Obviously, everyone tuning in again, I just want to encourage you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. We appreciate everyone tuning into the live. 6 people on both sides. Appreciate the love. I just want to put it out to the chat. Yeah, who was your man of the match today? Obviously the Sofa score has it as Hincapie. Me and Steph both went with Nwaneri. Who was your man of the matches today? Or any of stand-up performances? Any other stand-up performances that you saw today that you liked? And can we just get some couple of early Burnley predictions in the chat as well? Whilst we're here, anyone's thought about the Burnley game? What's the predictions? Thank you, Claire. Obviously, I'm assuming that you've subscribed to both my channels or one of us. I appreciate for that love always. Really appreciate everyone subscribing. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. James says Nwaneri definitely. Yes, you're on the same wavelength.
He was brilliant today, man. He was brilliant today, and I feel like what I would say, to be fair, thought first half he was impactful to start. Maybe it drifted a little closer to halftime. I think similar with Dowman, there was that beginning period where they were good. That middle period where it kind of lulled out, they were kind of getting falls. The game kind of got stop-start. And then kind of towards the end, we were kind of putting the pressure on the Brighton goal. We started to figure out what they were doing. We started to settle in the game. And then second half, we came out and imposed ourselves. Nwaneri really took the game to them. Same thing with Dowman. Got some shots off at goal. So definitely for me, Nwaneri's overall game today was brilliant. And he added a bit of that hard-nosed ability to his game today. He was in the tackles very, very much today. And something not really what we said about Nwaneri too often. But I like that he was in the tackles today, because that's a big credit we give to Odegaard and other players that play in the 10. How hard they work in leading the press alongside our striker. So credit to Ethan Nwaneri today, man. He's putting his case forward that he deserves to start in that number 10 position.
Yeah, man. Like he definitely was man of the match for me. He got his goal, took it well. I think he was clean in his performance. As you said, a lot of people have been calling for Ethan to get minutes. Obviously, he hasn't really been playing in the last couple of weeks. You can see why. And obviously, we all know why. But obviously, he's growing into that central position. You have to remember, like, he has played there, but he hasn't played in our system and in men's football. And he's seen that with game to game, he's looking more comfortable, more confident. And I'm really happy he got his goal today. I'm really happy. Obviously, hopefully that gives Mikel a question. Maybe does he use that dual 10, midfield against Burnley, low opposition? I would love for him to do that. I hope he does do that. I might even predict for him to do that. And obviously, off the back of Ethan having a good performance, maybe he might do, unless he has thoughts for him to start in that Slavia Prague game. So we'll see. Appreciate for your comment, James. Appreciate Claire again. She says Ethan and Timber when he came on. Yes, got to have a word on that boy, man. Timber, man. I call him Timberlina. That's my nickname for him. The Timberlina. He's too clean, man. Everyone, like, Timber is clean. Like, one of our best defenders in terms of 1v1. Probably definitely our best 1v1 defender, out wide and strength. But also just the way he dribbles, carries the ball attention, his confidence, everything about him is just oozing class, man. Like, I love that guy, man. Like, shout out to Timber. Defo, best right back in the Prem. Best right back in the world for me. Steph, I'll throw that over to you. I know how you feel about Timber, so I'll let you have a couple lines on him.
Bro, come on, bro. You can't help but add anything more, bro. Timber has been absolutely not only our best player this season, but definitely one of the best right backs in this league, man. And definitely has his name in there for Arsenal's player of the season so far as well. We talked about it on stream. How many players could you throw your name in the hat? Definitely Gabriel has to be up there. We give Saka a mention. Timber definitely for me is up there. Definitely evolved. I'm dropping a video pretty soon about the evolution of Urian Timber and really gonna look deep into how he not only became the best right back in the Prem, but bro, he went from being a centre back when we brought him from Ajax. We played him at left back originally. We knew something was a bit off there, playing him oftentimes at left back. And now to see him really blossom into the right back position now and really make it his own. I mean, I'll say this about Ben White. Ben White, when Timber came in, was one of the best right backs in this league, going forward and defensively. Ben White was quality. I won't let people forget that. But to displace someone like Ben White, who's had a spot in this team since day one, Timber has been absolute quality in his Arsenal tenure, man. Quality.
Yeah.
Super
big
quality.
shout out. Like I called him the missing piece, obviously, in my player profile video all those years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's one of the missing pieces, but he's a quality player, man. Shout out to him. Obviously, James likes the name Timberlina. Obviously, you know me, man. I'm a man of nicknames. I give nicknames called. I'm so surprised I haven't given a nickname, but don't worry, there's something cooking. I'll probably come next stream of something. I'm pretty sure you
no more.
Appreciate that, James. James also says, I knew full and well after what Man United did to Brighton on the weekend, we were going to win this game. Yeah, 100%. If Man United could be putting 4 against Brighton, with all due respect, obviously, I think Man United have quality attacking players, and Bruno Cunha, obviously, Bruno Fernandes was playing that game, Sesko as well, someone that I did want at Arsenal. So I'm not going to act like they couldn't, but yeah, we should have been confident to be putting, you know, Brighton's second team or rotated team away in this game. Obviously, we have struggled to beat Brighton at home at the Emirates. I'm happy that we kind of got that result and a clean sheet. Hopefully, that's a microcosm for what we might do to them when we face them in the league as well. And like it bodes well. Like when the way we're dispatching of teams, there's definitely a fear that teams are going to have of us. The way that we're just getting these clean sheets, just putting teams away, obviously maintaining their moments in the games and, you know, dealing with it. So big shout out to you, James, again. Obviously, Anushka says Hincapie, Mosquera, and Gabriel showed a great presence. I'll have to agree with Nwaneri though. He has to agree with Nwaneri. He has to make better decisions. Didn't look sharp in certain decisive moments. I take that. I think there is moments where Ethan can do a bit better in you know, just the final third, just to kind of even raise his level. I think he is that level, and just to kind of be consistently, you know, getting output and getting goals on. I think that's the challenge for him, and why he will battle and has that competition to get into the team, just to, you know, produce, you know, those quality final third moments consistently throughout the game, and obviously to own a game and dominate a game, to really affect the game and make a game his. Obviously, I still think he was one of the best players today, but definitely Hincapie and Mosquera and Gabriel, when he came on, obviously he showed that quality. Obviously, shout out to Mosquera, man. That guy he's crazy quality, man. He's crazy quality. Who's his quality?
Another one. But yeah,
we really appreciate everyone tuning in to this live. Obviously, as we round up now. I appreciate everyone tuning in. We will be doing a lot of lives together. Obviously, both our previews, our match reactions. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to do a lot of watch-alongs. Obviously, if you haven't tuned into the watch-alongs, they are very, very lively. So tune in to the next one. I'll schedule it. If you haven't subscribed to our channels as you're here, drop a like on the videos, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you know when our lives are coming out. We try to hit some daily uploads, and we both drop player profile videos, mini documentaries on Arsenal players that we want to sign, players that are on the team. So go check it out on our channel. I have a playlist called KAPE's Analysis. I don't know if Steph has a playlist, but go check out the videos. You guys will really enjoy it, and look out for the ones that will be coming out in the future as well. And look out for our future streams. We appreciate everyone. Shout out to James BPG in the chat. Shout out to Anushka.
Everybody.
Shout out to Claire. Shout out to Auntie as well. In the chat. I appreciate it for you guys tuning us for this live. Obviously, come on, you Gunners, another win. And the last question, obviously, I'll ask you, Steph. Is everyone confident that we can get 3 more clean sheets before the next international break?
Yes, absolutely. When you look at the next couple of games, Burnley, Slavia Prague, Sunderland is probably the caveat. They've been playing well. You don't want to count them out and discredit them. Burnley have also, ironically, beaten Sunderland so far this season. So you can't really go there and just dust your hands off and say, yeah, we're going to keep 2 clean sheets easy. But on the other hand, I'm looking at those games and saying we should be keeping clean sheets there, man.
Yeah, man. If we're able to get clean sheets against
Gabriel, Mosquera, with the rotated 4 we've seen today, they played Brighton today. Still a very good Brighton side. Some of those guys that Brighton played against United at the weekend, so they're Premier League level players. That's not Brighton's reserve team, or it might be some rotation, but it's not scrubs of Brighton. That's not the Premier League scrub team. That's a decent Premier League opposition who are looking to play on the front foot and cause us harm. Who, to be fair to them, could have scored 2 or 3 goals today if they didn't take their chances. So, are you telling me we can't keep a clean sheet when we put 11 rotated subs out there? Absolutely believe that we could definitely go there and keep 3 more clean sheets, and 7 clean sheets from 7 in that run. That would be what, 9 clean sheets in a or what?
It would have been
8 clean sheets in a row, 9 clean sheets in a row.
9 clean sheets in a row. It would have been 11 wins in a row. It would have been 15 unbeaten. Yeah, you're just talking about silly numbers, like,
That's
you know
a
what I mean,
joke.
that we're talking about.
That's
like,
a joke of a that's a joke of a start.
Because I can't lie to you, if you ask beginning of the season, I expect us to get clean sheets against, you know, newly promoted opposition, even if Sunderland have started well. Shout out to Granit Xhaka, my favorite players. But we still should be handling in our business if we're able to get clean sheets against the likes of, you know, Atletico Madrid and Julian Alvarez, you know, Fulham, Raul Jimenez, and the way they played. Crystal Palace with Mateta, who came in off the back of a hat-trick, and all these things. I think we should be getting a clean sheet against the likes of Burnley and Slavia Prague and Sunderland, with all due respect. James also says, I heard 2 days ago that Vinny Jr. wants to leave Real Madrid, and what if he wants to come to Arsenal? I can't lie to you. At the level we're at now, this is the type of talent that we should be wanting to get if they are available in the market, depending on what the price is. And obviously, feeling that, especially where we've done most of our business this summer in terms of beefing up the squad, plugging the holes, I think we can go for those, you know, a couple of 1 or 2 marquee signings in certain areas. So I can't lie. Hey,
Leao is next, bro. Leao is next, bro.
Everyone knows how I feel.
You already see the creaks at Milan. You already see him talking up to guys in preseason, talking up to Rice and them, man, building up the rapport. Telling you, Leao is on the cards, man. Leao is on the cards, bro. We've been watching Leao. Before I even met you, we've been talking about Leao, bro. So
I would definitely still take Rafael Leao. Everyone knows how I feel about him. I would definitely take Semenyo. The way Semenyo has been playing this season, his age, his Premier League experience, obviously the fact that he is an Arsenal fan as well, that I've heard, I would definitely take it. James says, imagine Vinny. I think he meant Vinny Jr. with Gyökeres and Saka. Yeah, that's a deadly front three, you know, with Havertz obviously as a secondary strike off the bench. Still got Martinelli, Madueke, you know, Eze behind, or you know, around that is talking about
Dowman a year older.
Big squad, obviously. I'm getting ahead to the summer, but obviously you still got to plan that. I'm pretty sure me and Steph will have, you know, a couple of videos talking about maybe January windows or summer windows players, but we do appreciate that. Obviously, James, do you think we're able to get 3 clean sheets for the end of this next 3 games for the next international break? Claire, if you're still in the chat, and Anushka, if you as well, do you think we can get some clean sheets? And just any final thoughts before we do end this? I do want to.
I know you say you wanted to touch on it. While we're waiting for those to come in, I don't know if you want to give like an early Burnley prediction. Anything you want to talk about Burnley before we wrap up?
I think I won't give a prediction because I need to think about it. But I know I'll probably go over 2-0 anyways. But I think I want to see some goals, man. I think we're due another performance similar to this goal where we kind of put a team just to bed. I think where we can give smoke to a team. I'm not saying Burnley haven't been good. Obviously, their home form, both them and Sunderland's home form, have been good this season, but they are newly promoted opposition. We are team vying, going for the title. We do have a way better squad than these guys, and you know, with our defensive record as well, I think we should be handling business. I think we should go into this game trying to, you know, put goals past them and, you know, really build that goal difference against these type of teams. Show that, like, you know, the levels. I think when you go Burnley away, you know, give them 3, maybe 4-0. Like it adds more fear to those opponents, because it's not just the clean sheets now. It's like they're getting the goals now. It's like, damn, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. James says we've got 2 hard games in November, but if we can beat both Spurs and Chelsea in November, we definitely win the league. I love the confidence, and I agree, man. Obviously, Chelsea is another game where I think the last 2 years we haven't won. We've drawn there, obviously at Stamford Bridge, and off the back of obviously having some good, you know, results at Stamford Bridge previously. So I think if we can go there and, you know, give them, you know, beat them, I think we will win the North London derby against Spurs. But if we can go there and beat them, I do think I'll be very confident, because that would have means we would have faced all of our rivals. Obviously, we would have lost to Liverpool and stuff, but we would have definitely been in a good position. And given the fact that, you know, Liverpool's form is looking like it's going down, they probably still are going to drop a lot more points. City aren't, you know, the most secure. I agree with you, James. Thank you for the comment. Claire says, get Elise and play Saka on the left. I would 100% take Elise. I wouldn't want to move Saka from his natural position, but if we have to adapt, you know, the positions accordingly for a certain level of quality, you got to do it, because as you said, like, Saka can definitely be deadly off the left, and Elise will be definitely good in the squad. But I don't know if he does leave Bayern, but obviously being a London grown boy, We'll see what happens. Obviously, moving on after the World Cup next summer, which he definitely will be involved in. James says Burnley and Sunderland can definitely win if we get cocky. I think you meant I do think we can slip up if we are not serious. Don't defend well. Don't press well. Don't take any errors in terms of any slip ups in terms of mentality and just the quality overall, and trying to just make sure that we nullify any of their threats, put them to bed. Squeeze teams. The defense that we have normally fears teams, and obviously score early in those games, put the pressure on them to have to come out or just lose gracefully, to the Arsenal pressure. Big up AFC always, big you up, bro, as always. Thank you for tuning in. Finally, everyone drop a like on the video before we end. I think Steph just disconnected, so I may end the stream, but I might wait for him to come back before we do that. AFC always says we need to play a stronger lineup than what we did tonight. I'm assuming you're talking about either for the Burnley game, or are you talking about for the next round against Palace? AFC always. If you're talking about the Burnley game, 100%, I think we would definitely play a stronger lineup. But if you're talking about the Palace game, I do think we do have to play. We might not have to rotate, play as young the players that we can do. I think we can play the same back line. I'll be confident with that. Maybe you bring in one of Zubimendi or Rice. Maybe you don't really have to, and then obviously you might have a Madueke. And the Havertz fit, then maybe that's some minutes that they will get in that game. So let me know what you want to do. Obviously, welcome back, Steph. Obviously, I'll just take it back. James said that we shouldn't get too cocky against Burnley as well. We've got to make sure that we do handle business, and obviously FC always says that we should play a stronger lineup than we did tonight. But I'm assuming he's talking about the next round, because I know we'll go back to our first team against Burnley. James says the only reason that we played with this team tonight is so that we don't get our key players injured. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. And I'm happy that we still saw the quality, still create chances, still got a clean sheet. All with these things, I think everything is tick, 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 tick. Obviously, hopefully, no one comes of any niggly injuries or anything, any fatigue that requires them to be assessed, like how we had against Palace. But I think given how the game was, I'm not saying the intensity was down, but I don't think it was like the most, craziest of games. And given the fact that we kind of had the game under control, I'm pretty sure the boys must be fine as well. I'm just happy, that everyone's got to rest. Any final thoughts before we go, bro?
First of all, like I said many a time, happy to get a win, happy to get a clean sheet. We talked about it. I really wanted to see guys that came in today take their opportunity and really stamp why they should be playing in this Arsenal squad. I mean, you saw guys came in from the outside looking in, and Hincapie with his first start, again, looked really, really aggressive, really, really solid in the tackle, really, really showed out, really was a leader back there next to lewis-skelly, who had another brilliant performance, got another assist. Nwaneri took his chance, got a goal. I definitely think that, for me, gives him a shout for him to start at the weekend. I'd go with 2 10s in the middle behind Zubimendi, in front of Zubimendi. And ultimately, I do want to see more Max Dowman, man. I do want to see more Max Dowman. I know we're going to get a bit beggy for that. I know you have to manage a young player like that. But how can you see that talent? Mikel said it himself. How can you see a talent like that?
I don't want to play him, man.
You'd be blind not to
play him, man. Obviously, we've got to manage him well. He is young, but I think we've got to play him wherever we can, especially before Madueke does come back, and then that natural Saka depth / rotation comes through to the team. So hopefully we can give him some minutes. But I do believe that we will see a lot more of him. I think he will play his way into the team. I'm pretty sure in training he's ripping up all these guys, so it's good. James also says in November the only time I'll be worried is when we go back to international games. Yeah, I agree, man. That's the only time I am a bit worried. Hopefully that no one gets injured. The last 2 international breaks have been very, very positive. Arsenal players coming back, everyone fit, everyone having good performances, scoring goals. So if we can have another one like that again, that will only bode well for the confidence for the team, confidence for everyone in. And as you said, hopefully we get to the international break with maximum points. I did predict for us to get 7 out of 7. We're at 4 out of 7 right now. Hopefully we can make it 5 out of 7 against Burnley on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. And then, I expect us to handle Slavia Prague, and Sunderland will be the toughest test before international break, but get that win any means necessary, and, all the confidence that we can relax in that international break. Really appreciate everyone tuning in to this live again. Really appreciate all the love. If you are just tuning in, please drop a like. If you haven't already, whatever side you're tuning in, whether you're coming from KAPE's Pausa side or you're coming from the Gunner Street side. Obviously, if you're coming from the KAPE's Pausa side, go to Gunner Street, hit the subscribe button on his channel. If you come from Gunner Street, go over to my channel, hit the subscribe button as well. We will be doing a lot more lives, as you know. We'll be doing a lot more lives. We will be doing a lot more watch-alongs as well, a lot more live content. We love to interact with you guys. Obviously, we try to make things very interactive. Our previews will be very tactical and all these kind of things. So tune in, come and see what's going on the channels. Come and see what we're doing in this little duo that we have here going on for time. Just before a few comments before we go, James said, my mum has bought me the best gift for my birthday ever. What gift is that, my bro? What gift did your mum buy for your birthday? And when is your birthday? Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday. Your birthday's today. I think you muted Steph. AFC always says, yes, I meant for Palace in the quarterfinal. Glad we're at home instead of playing Palace away. We need to win this trophy. The confidence boost it will give us a win. Builds a winning mentality. Yeah, I agree to you. I agree with you, AFC always. In terms of, I'm happy that we got the home ties. If Steph saw my reaction, obviously as soon as we got the home ties set up, that's what I need. Obviously, it allows us to have our crowd behind us. Obviously, allows us to have the opportunity to go to the games. I'm going to try and see if I can go to that Palace game as well. Haven't been to a game this season, so we'll see that. If I can't, then obviously be doing a watch along. And obviously, it will, as you said, the win of the Carabao Cup. I really want to win this as well. I think it will just be a microcosm for us winning the Premier League, because the players will be hungry to want to get that joy and that glory and that elation and that, that feeling, that euphoria that you'll get from winning and lifting the trophy. And a lot of these young players haven't, lifted the trophy before, and obviously as a collective, as a group, obviously maybe Saka was there, Martinelli was there for that FA Cup win. We haven't seen this group obviously win anything together, so it'll be good. James says she got me tickets to go watch the Arsenal women game against Chelsea on my actual birthday. Oh, that's really nice. Shout out to Mumsy, man. It's still muted, Steph. I don't know what's going on. Might have to reset the audio. I can't hear you, but shout out to Mumsy. Obviously giving James that birthday ticket. Obviously, I hope you enjoyed the game. When is that game? Is that already happened, or is it coming up? After you hopefully enjoy the game, and hopefully it's a great atmosphere. Obviously, the women's team has been good this season. Really like that new signing, the number 10 that plays. She's a good player. AFC obviously trophies breed success. Yes, 100%, bro. Like, I think once you win one, you want to win more, and I feel like the dynasty can start to build once you put that one trophy on the list. It takes that a bit of pressure off, because you would have got a trophy. It wouldn't be a empty season, even if we don't end up with the majors. But I think it will be very well to help us. Obviously, Claire says happy birthday to you, James. Obviously, I'm assuming that your birthday is a bit later, but obviously appreciate mums for getting the tickets. And obviously, the game's on the 8th of November. Hope you do enjoy the game when you do go. Obviously, I will be watching that game, and hopefully you can go to many more games. Still can't hear you still. James says, good thing once I watch the game, we're going to the Cup to watch the Sunderland versus Arsenal game. Oh yeah, because the game is earlier on, right? So we'll be able to watch that one later on. So I guess you get that overdose of Arsenal. So hopefully you enjoy that day, James, your birthday as well. It's always lovely to experience the Arsenal on your birthday. So Steph, still you there?
You can hear me now?
Yes, my sir. Yes.
Perfect. Finally. Yeah, big up James, big up Mumsy all the time. Hopefully you enjoy that game, my bro, and hopefully you enjoy the Arsenal game at the pub as well, man. Big up everybody for sending the comments, man. It's been a really good performance. Just happy that we're through to the next round, man. Very, very happy.
Yep, very happy. We're gonna leave it there, people. Obviously, we appreciate again James, Claire, AFC always, Anushka and Auntie for tuning into the stream. Don't forget, everyone, to like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels. You might see me tomorrow for a video live, depending on if I have some time. So just stay tuned to that. Turn on post notifications for our channels, and we hope to see all you guys in the next live that we have tuning in. That will be soon. I appreciate all the love, everyone. Enjoy your night, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Appreciate everyone. Peace.
See you in the next stream,
James. See you in the next stream. Appreciate it for tuning in.